Hello everyone, my name is Danny. Today I'm going to show you about BAASS Financial Report Tool. It is a web-based tool that built by BAASS. This means user can access at the comfort of their own local browser. And this tool also allows user to build a report from the browser. No additional tools required. For users that are afraid of Excel, this could be the tools. These tools also allow users to build comparison report, such as comparing between company, year and period, actuals versus budget. A smart selector is also allowed users to build unique groupings of accounts as the business requires. It also allows provisional reports. The advanced filters allow users to print, consolidate, or separate reports. The functions within these tools are expandable and customizable. Without further ado, let's start viewing some reports. First, we start with a simple trial balance. To execute the report, just hit execute buttons. Then you will prompt with some parameters in here. I'll pick 2020, my fiscal year, and the period is fiscal period 11. I don't want provisional reports for this one, but you can switch between provisionals and non-provisional. And hit submit buttons and start viewing your report. This is a simple trial balance report with debit and credit, the account, and the description. If we scroll down to the report, you will see a total at the end. This long trial balance report is as simple as building using one simple line. So let me show you how it goes. I hit cancel. Let's edit this report and see how it built. This is the designers within the report. You have all this link inside in here. First, the selection that I choose for this trial balance is called details. You have the options to put it as details or summary. Summaries means whatever you select, it will group into one single line. For trial balance, I keep it as details. Next is the account. This is the smart selector. This allows user to select whatever it needs for the report. You have the options to do a range or multi-select in the selector. Then the type. This I choose segment 1, just the account. I just want to show all the accounts that is listed. So I use segment 1. Or if you choose to using account, is also fine. Next, go into from. You will be listed in all that GR account that is on your ERP. In this case, say 300, 1000, and then you can scroll all the way to the bottom for 9999. Then you can hit execute condition to see the result. This shows us all the result from the selections. If you just want certain accounts instead of a range, choose multi-select. You can pick and choose the accounts that you want to display. Execute. Now you have the 3 selections that you just picked. This allows you to view the accounts that you have selected before you commit to it. You can add further conditions by clicking New Conditions. I can add a range. I can add another group. This is my account group. 01 is my cash and cash equivalent. Execute conditions. In addition to this, I have another selections. To hit save and save again. I can show you the report now we have. $2020. Now my trial balance report only have this account. Let's put this back. To cancel the changes, just remove. And then I put this back to include all my account. Execute once again. I see all my report. I'll see all of my account in my report. If you choose to use the summary, by changing this option line from detail into summary. Now you have one single line. With the selections of all account, now I can change the description. All account. Save. Now you will see the entire report in one line. Now you have one single line. This is how you can group the individual's reports, individual's account groups that you need for the report. You will later on see it in your balance sheet or P&L statement. Let's go back to this. Put this back as a detail. Now, as I change the details, I have the options to choose to display the description of the account. Next is the functions. With selections of functions is available. You can choose the ending balance, net change, year-to-date balance. Full year-to-date balance is the entire years of the selections. The ending balance of a debit and ending balance of a credit account there. The fiscal year. This is used for the parameters. At the beginnings, when we see the report of the financials years, this is where we choose. So you can choose the year. If we need last year, last 2 years, last 3 years, this is the fiscal year -1, -2, -3, etc. Same thing for periods. This would be the current periods that is from the parameter selections or the parameters -1, -2, -3 period. Next is the designators. This is help us to define, are you billing for actuals or budget? If you have further budgets, it will be also showing up in here. Next, you have the company. You can choose other companies if you have it in your license. Next is the format. You can choose C as a format or as a number. This is the formatting the number. To add a border line on top of it or a bottom. Let's see. In the report, you have the names of the reports and use as a template. The template give us the header and the footer. Let's see some other reports. This trial balance report gives us a 2 years comparison. Let's see how it looks. I choose 2020. This report will give 2020 and 2019. If I choose 2021, it will give 2021 and 2020. So it gives a trial balance to compare 2 years. If we take a look at the report under the hood, it is also as simple as just one line. With some additional column. Fiscal year, this will be the current. Debit for the last year is the fiscal year -1. You can add further column on this one. Next, let's see some balance sheets. Again, I bring it back to 2020. Submit this report. Now you will start seeing some grouping. Again, this one have a comparison between 2 years. This line that you see, they're in a group of results. Cash and cash equivalents. This report is grouped by account groups. Now you start to see a more complicated report in here. Each line is represent one group. Now we use the summary. This is how this has changed into one single line of account payables. Flip result, instead of showing negative as a credit, we flip the result to show a positive number. If we go back up to the assets, this one is turned off because the debit is positive. So you can still maintain a correct sign for the report. Since we're using a summary, this is the user can decide what to call this summary line. Let's take a look at accounts in this sections. Account receivable. This is using that mark selector as our account group range. If I execute this, we start to see in the accounts that will be displayed. And since this is a summary, all of these accounts, the totals, will be totaled up in one line. Each section you can add calculations to sum up the total, to create a subtotals in here. You can name the subtotals. I name this as current assets. Without any calculation in here, the system automatically summarizes what all the columns above. If that calculation is required, like adding different subtotal, you can add a calculation line at the bottom to create your total assets. Current assets plus next assets and other assets. This applied to our liabilities and shareholders' equities reserve. Next, let's take a look at some P&L statements in here. This is a P&L result. To compare two periods and two companies. This is a simple P&L statement, but with the comparisons. Let's see how it builds. Again, they're using a summary on this one. We're flipping the sign because of net revenue. In the grouping, we're using account group 15 for revenue. On the period ends, the result here this time we're using year-to-date balance. This one is for previous year, -1. The variance would compare two periods to get the results. For a P&L statement, we enable this advanced filter. Let's show you how it works. When we execute this, you notice that there's additional filters that you don't see in the others report. By default, it will do it as a consolidate. This will give you one entire report as of what you have selected. Or you have the option to do a separate. The separate allowed you to set a range of reports in here for the different divisions in this example. We can separate by divisions 100 to 200. This will give two separate reports. Let's see how it looks. On top, it gives a division 100. If we scroll down further, it gives division 200. Same report with different results based on the divisions. All of these reports you can export to Excel for further analysis or for distributions, or you can print it out. I hope you have a good experience in seeing this, how the BAASS financial reports works. BAASS financial report is a web-based interface, so it allows users to have permissions to all those reports, and it's a simple to learn tools, and it creates comparisons between periods, company, actuals versus budgets. It can summarize and also details of the report. And the functions that you see can be customizable to the individual's business needs. Hope you enjoyed this presentation. Thank you.